Yes. All right. So much for background music. So I've just been doodling on some preliminary sketches today for some commissions I have in the queue. Actually, I have 3 I've been working on. Meant to stream earlier, but I got distracted with some other stuff. So just go on for a little bit as I tweak these ones, and then send them over to their prospective owners, see if they're on board with the direction, and then get them transferred to the cards, get painting. So won't be on for long. This is a Psylocke piece. Just gotta look up her costume. For a sec, Psylocke marble. Classic Jim Lee style, which is this one. All right. Hair is always a bit of a challenge, especially long flowing hair. So I was gonna try to do some stuff with the French curves, but yeah, not at this point. Maybe when I refine it once transferred to the card. But this is for the general pose. No, that pencil's messed up. So lately I've been doing my prelims on comic book backing boards because they're nicer to store. Just put them in a bag, and it's nice. Also, it's slightly thicker paper. So if for some reason I decide I want to paint it, I can just paint it at this size. It's just a little bit bigger than a standard sketch card. So instead of 2.5 by 3.5, it's whatever by 5, which is like 1.5 the actual size. It's easier to work out the details when you're working a little bit bigger. Even though I do end up redrawing most of it anyways, so it doesn't matter. That takes a lot of the guesswork out when working at a smaller size. Wow, with the ads. Try to find a better playlist. Go away. Let's try 1, 2, 3. See if this is any better. That should be good. Yeah, so this point in the process, I'm really not too concerned about working out all the details. It's just the general features and the key features. So for Psylocke here, it's her face and the hands, because they're going to be key. So, and the face, the placement of the eyes, the mouth, and so on. So I'm just going to get those darker. So they really stand out when I do the scan. And then just a general shape of where the hair is going to go, and the shape that the hair is going to make, something like that, and probably some loops down here. A nice kind of Art Nouveau-ish on that side. And then for this hand, it's already blocked in. I'm probably going to do her sonic glow on this, but I definitely need a nice solid silhouette for the fingers. Make sure I don't lose that. Again with the ads. It's going to be a lot of hair. just get the bends. It's important on that hand, doesn't really matter. So you won't see any of it as long as you get the and can't can't bring too much focus to the bust area, because that's not the way we roll these days. I might actually include her belt thingamajig. So this pencil kind of sucks. I think that's about as far as I need to take this one, I think. Like I said, this is just as a rough concept. So I'm going to photograph that and get approval before going further. I have another Silock one that I started work. The other one this one is a little bit more, so it's the one I was working on earlier, is a little bit more almost like at that almost done stage. This one I have a fairly good idea of what the person likes, so I'm really just working out the fine details because before sending it over, see if the focus can get any better. Oh, there's the magic spot. Because there's some armor components on that are going to need to be flushed out. That's a little too low. We have time. And there's another example where we need to figure out the hair at when it's on the card. I'm just getting the basic silhouette of the hair to know what to work with, but then all the detail is going to be sorted at a smaller scale. What is important is these pieces here are metal. I think they're supposed to be metal or shinier stuff, so I just want to make sure I define my lighting at this point. She's lit from this side. And I believe it's primarily a dark suit, so the rest is just form. Wow. I think this ear is actually bothering me a little bit. There's going to be multiple light sources, one coming from the right, which means all of this hair is going to be. So yeah, this side needs to be, it's going to be very lit. This is going to be in shadow. And there's this glowing thing on our headset or where the piece is, which is going to add some highlights around the eye, which means this needs to be darkened out. The top is going to be dark here. This is going to be kind of shadow from the chin. Yeah, I really don't like this pencil. But yet I keep on using it. Need some getting a little too involved in the details on this one, but I like this one. Might be overthinking the year, considering it's going to be about 1/8 of an inch tall. Doesn't matter. Hey, Roddy. This is Luna Snow. This is what I was working on earlier when you were streaming. I was going to go, I'm just going to go live and stream the process on this. Then I got tied up with something else. And I just need to get my prelims done today. Go up to my music. think what's going to be important when I do the colors on this one, I need to throw in a kick light on the side here because her hair is jet black, I believe. Oh, this one is 2H. And then this one was an HB number 2, which was a little too dark for what I like to do. Yeah, I need to make sure I don't forget to do a kick light on this side, because otherwise the contour of her face is going to get lost. And this one I think is just HB, and this is just whatever comes in a mechanical pencil. I like the 2H, but if the paper's too soft, it'll just scratch the hell out of it, right? You know, she is, I don't remember the name of the team, but she's like White Fox and, is it Hawk Lane? Let me look her up. Snow is part of Agents of Atlas. That's the one. This particular pose doesn't really showcase powers or anything like that, but it's a portrait piece. So one scale down to sketch card size. I can only get so much fine detail and still maintain a really refined portrait. So when I need to do a portrait, I try to keep it as a portrait. Oh, with the commercials. Skip. I said earlier, I'm not going to mess with the hair too much at this stage yet. Here I am. I'm definitely going to do some loose strands, some of the back too. She's got that Cruella de Vil going, haircut going, so half her head is all black, like jet black, and then the other half is white, or well, gray, because there's nothing really white. So it should create a nice contrast, and by having the light source on the right, with the kind of, I'm going to go for leather. I don't know if it's black or just dark blue costume. So there's these metal pieces, they go on the costume, or the armor pieces, which are going to be a light color with some hard reflections. There should be a nice, actual, very nice visual contrast on the color side. I'm having light on this side and dark on that side, but still some light highlights coming through. At this chest piece here is not going to be as dark as her costume in there. There's going to be the hard shadows on the metal here. And here, this part's going to be lit up with just light fade to make sure it looks like metal. Same thing on the part there. So if everything goes as planned, it should be a very nice contrast on the values. It's like a very nice portrait. Yeah, this one's going to be more about the colors because there's not much of a, not really a fancy pose or crazy pose like the Psylocke one here. It's a little bit more aggressive. So I think I can set that aside until it goes for approval, until it gets approval, and work on the next one that I also started earlier one. But this was the original Psylocke pose, but I'm really not liking the way it fits in the frame, or I'm not crazy about the way it fits in the frame because this arm's gonna get cut off. It's gonna get a leg sticking here, and something else. And then this arm would need to stick out of the frame as well. So I mean, I guess ultimately I could zoom it out a bit to make it all fit, but it's going to be tiny. So I'm not sure. We'll finish blocking it in. Because the same idea where she's got the sword in one hand and doing something with the other, but burying it or not jamming her hand in here. Don't want to cover the face. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure about this one. There's an anime-ish feel. Might need to revisit this on a larger scale. But I think what I'm going to do is see what the buyer thinks of the other pose. If he's okay with that, and if he is, then move forward with that. If he's not, then refine this or redraw it in a better placement. Yeah, the issue I have with this is I forced this arm in this position, but it's really an awkward pose because this arm needs to be more like that for this to work. Just doesn't have the same impact if all the limbs start sticking out. It's really what I wanted on the card size, is to create a diagonal composition. I mean, the sword really helps with that, and have her fill out like this. If that makes any sense. So create a nice negative space, but all I'm doing is I'm forcing all these elements into the composition, and they don't look great. Oh, the ads. You need to get like 45 minutes of copyright-free music just playing without ads. Now they're all segmented and whatnot. So let's fix the focus on this one. No. Yeah. If I throw her fist here, then with the psionic knife. I do like the expression on this one better than the other one though. Am I doing different here? Yeah. Looks angrier. Oh, maybe I can use this for a headshot. And just ignore the rest of it. Like I said, I really like the pose on this one. Thanks, Donald. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Yeah, see, this works really well. I'm not crazy about this part here. I don't know why I have such a hard time with Psylocke usually. Yeah, this is how the arm should be structured. So if that's her arm, to get the hand up here, it's got to be really foreshortened. And then it'll actually be over here somewhere. What a mess. But this way I might be able to actually fit it all in. This might work. So then the Schward, S word, would be more like this. Something like that. Clean that up after. This one doesn't matter. Yeah, I think the torso's in the right position. Yep. This arm, yeah, it's totally. Oh wow, yeah, it's. What else we got? Let's see how this goes. Still want to keep her leg coming in here. I think that's fine. Yeah, it's a nice kung fu pose. Yeah, I'm gonna need to see what the client thinks of the other one. I really like this, but I don't want to kill myself trying to make it work. At this point, but I really like it. I'm gonna need to scan it, print it, and refine it because this is just getting messy. It's probably a better Electro pose than Psylocke, really. Actually be a really nice candidate for like an Art Nouveau style render. Flat colors, a lot of lines. Let's see, that's off. The bust needs to be positioned like this for symmetry. It's a rib cage. I need to figure out that hand. So there's something here don't have it figured out quite yet. I usually don't spend this long on the prelim. I spent more on this that I've done on the Luna, and that one's like pretty tight pencils already. Oh, this is why I use these stupid pencils. The eraser on these Ticonderoga, whatever. The eraser on them is really good. Let's see if they just sell erasers and stuff individually. That's a finger. That's going to be the card. Assuming we get that far. Hey, Sylvester. This one's Psylocke. But this is going to need a lot more work to get to a place where I can actually paint it. So I'm just going to block in the profile it creates. Yeah. What are you up to today? It's getting a little wonky. That's better. Yeah, okay. Yeah, the armband and the lack of headband. It could very easily be turned into Electra. I mean, at this point, it's anyone's game, really. There's no shortage of female characters with swords. I could make this into Wonder Woman, really. I'm not going to, but I could. I'm saying I'm not going to put any more time into this one yet. Here I am, blocking in reflections. Justice League Action. I don't think I've heard of that one. Is that like when they're all cartoony, like Powerpuff Girls? I could so make this work. This is the, you came in a little later, so this is the other option, which I also like. I just think this pose is a lot more dynamic. The first one, this one I think is a lot more dynamic, but this one is a lot more manageable on a sketch card size. Oh, I gotta check that out. I'm so behind with my cartoon watching. This one definitely needs some refinement on the eyes. This looks more like Betsy. Okay, that's what we need. That's what the ask was. Classic. Classic Psylocke. Yeah, hey, Jan. Nice to see you, buddy. Why make things easy? That is a million-dollar question. This is why I'm going to put the choice in somebody else's hands. Either way, both of these need to be refined because there is some. Here I need to refine the face, which is fine. Here I need to refine this hand, which means a redraw of the whole thing. This one, I can just put in some parchment paper over and redraw the face because it's literally just in there. I don't think. Oh, wrong one. Yeah, like I don't really watch cartoons anymore because I don't have the time. Every now and then I'll catch one of the DC animated movies, which for the most part I really like the style of the animation and the character design. But the stuff that's kind of series, I find the odd thing that I have seen, the animation is just so weird. So let's talk about like the Powerpuff Girl style, which is, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just having grown up on Batman the Animated Series and like the Disney stuff, like Gargoyles and all those shows that actually had, I want to say a big production budget, but it was probably just production value. It's not, they're not the same. You know, back in my day, cartoons were drawn by hand and all the other stuff. Like I caught, was it Teen Titans Go, where they're like little cartoon characters, like they look like little toys. I was like, I don't know what I'm watching here. I don't think I'm the right demo for it, but it's a popular show. Maybe not so much the 40-year-olds. Plus, they're silly, right? Like, there's no. The storylines are, or the arcs, if you can even call them arcs, they're just like, oh no, somebody came and stole all the ice cream in Metropolis or wherever they are. We should get the Teen Titans together and go stop them. Like, really? Yeah. This is also very workable and translatable into a painted sketch card. I use the term sketch very loosely. And this is a sketch. And the final card is not so much a sketch. And don't get cut up on the face. Yeah, I get that. Yeah, and that they're made for laughs. It's just that's not why I think when I want to watch a superhero show, I'm not looking for laughs. That's what Family Guy and South Park and all of those shows are. My taste, anyways, right? Archer, that stuff's made for laughs. Yeah, the original Teen Titans is great. The comic book, the stories were good. The art was something else. But somebody decided to change the formula for broadcast, and I mean, they made a movie out of it, so it's got to be successful. It's just successful with a different demographic. Because I have nothing against Powerpuff Girls. That stuff was revolutionary when it came out. That and there was this other one with a little square kid, Dexter's Laboratory. That was great. Like it had substance to the storylines. Okay. All right. I think I'm gonna call it for today. There's no point spending much more time on these without sign off from the buyers. And I have some other stuff to work on, but I can't stream that. Yeah, Ron Perlman doesn't translate to a cartoon well. So there. This is what the prelims for today. in various stages, all pending approvals. But yeah, like I said, I'm going to call it. Thanks so much for tuning in on this random Sunday afternoon. Yeah, I don't know when I'm streaming next. I don't have a schedule. We'll see what happens. That's it for now. Take care.